Hi there, welcome back to my channel. I'm doing your weekly messages for next week, so let's get straight into it. What's coming in for you? We have Thinker, so I'm going to read that one to you. And what else for you? Okay. New Moon in Aquarius, bring love into the situation. I'm going to read that one to you as well. And then, let's see for Leo. We have Armadillo Spirit, set healthy boundaries. Okay, so there's definitely some boundaries that need to be set here. But you know what? I'll just read them all to you because why not? If I'm reading one of them, might as well. Okay, so Thinker is 44. So it says here, the ability to reason and strategize is the focus now. Take things at face value and follow the logical path. Your calculations will prove to be correct, for in this moment there is no deeper meaning than what is obvious. Things are exactly as they seem. You have all the information you need. Keep it simple and you will win the game of life you're playing at right now. Okay. Then the new moon in Aquarius, let's get it. So it says bring love into the situation. It says Aquarius is all about progress and modernity. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, so just bear with me. So this is the time to move forwards. The new moon in the Aquarius card means no looking back. Change is on its way and it could come quickly. Whether you get the change you want depends on whether you believe you can have it and how much you're relying on others to bring it to you. This card comes with the suggestion that you may need to do things independently on your own, but be loving, not too pragmatic. Time may be of the essence when this card comes up. Aquarius energy has an electric feel to it. Certainly, there's no sense that you need to let go of the past and move towards your future as soon as possible. Certainly there is a sense that you need to let go of the past and move towards your future as soon as possible. Explore the idea that it's not what you know, but whom you know. You need to be more detached from the situation. Thinking outside of the box will bring the solution. More pragmatism is called for, and improve your karma by doing some charitable work. And then the last card, where is my book? There it is. So Armadillo Spirit is number 3, kind of Empress energy, but I suppose Empress could be setting boundaries in a more loving way. So basically it says that learning to set healthy boundaries is a gift of Armadillo Spirit. You're entering a phase where in order for you to be in alignment with your intentions and co-create your best life, you may have to be discerning and say no to many things that may have been okay for you in the past. This also means that you need to learn where you end and where others begin, what is your own and what is not. Know your limits and understand that it's an empowering choice to say no to what doesn't feel right. Armadillo Spirit is here to tell you it's time to be honest with yourself about what you really want. Be clear on what you are agreeing to, declare what your needs are, and say no as a full sentence. These are acts of respect and kindness to others as well as yourself. Trust your body's signals and you will know what to do. Armadillo Spirit guides you in making good decisions that are grounded in a strong sense of what belongs to you and what does not. Okay, so pretty much it's basically saying that the situation is the situation. Like, there's no need to overthink it or anything. Like, the logical sense of it is that's what it is. What you see is what you get, type of thing for next week. Boundaries are probably going to be super important, and in order to set the boundaries you need to know what it is that you actually want. And with the new moon in Aquarius, it's basically saying that you might need to do things yourself for a little bit and be a bit independent. So let's see what's coming in for Leo. What are the messages and what does Leo need to know? So we have the 5 of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, the King of Wands, the 8 of Wands, the Emperor, Aries energy, Page of Pentacles, Five of Swords, High Priestess, Pisces energy, and the Ace of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have Judgment, Scorpio energy, Eight of Pentacles, and Four of Pentacles. Okay. So things you don't see coming, or things that are happening in the shadows, is there could be some sort of like realization that you get, or like epiphany that comes into your head where you're like, okay, I realize that this is the case now, and like maybe the epiphany is me saying like, you know, look at it logically. There's no other way to look at it. Nothing is hidden here. Basically, it is what it is. So that might even be an epiphany in itself for you, or it's something like that will just pop into your head, like an idea or just a realization where you're like, okay, that makes sense. Now I know how to move forward. The Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is about now wanting to work on something, right? So maybe this realization has made you realize what it is that you want to work on. What are your next steps? What do you need to put the hard work into? And then we have the Four of Pentacles. So this is about maybe holding back in some way. Holding back on spending your money, maybe being a little bit frugal at this time. It could also talk about a little bit about greed, but maybe it's time like about setting healthy boundaries. Maybe it's time to be a little bit greedy and figure out what it is that you want, and then kind of set the boundaries in that way, because the Four of Pentacles does hold back. The Four of Pentacles does also speak about holding on to like issues from the past and people from the past, that maybe that's something you might need to let go of. So just keep that in mind as well. Maybe the work is to kind of let go of those types of things, but it could also just be about, like I said, like just holding back in general, or saving up for a big purchase, maybe a house or a car or something quite big, a holiday. We have the Emperor here. So the Emperor is about leveling up in some way. It's about like stepping back into your power. It could also be about like becoming a boss in some way, or getting a promotion, or being like a leader of some sort. But the Emperor is also someone who looks at things from a very kind of logical standpoint. So it's kind of like saying maybe you need to take that masculine approach and kind of look at the logic of the situation and follow it that way. Then we have the Five of Pentacles here. So what got you here is maybe a lack mentality beforehand, where you were kind of feeling a bit like victimized or left out in the cold in some way, or maybe you were just having financial difficulties, but you were just going through like a time period where you were kind of like questioning, like, why does the same thing keep happening to me over and over again, or why me type of energy, right? And then the King of Wands is about like you kind of, it could have been, this could be you or someone that you've dealt with, right? So put it where it resonates. But this is either you or a person that you're dealing with, and this person embodies, it's Leo energy, but also Sag and Aries. It would be someone who is like a go-getter, someone who knows exactly what they want, is willing to put in the work and the action to take what it is that they want. They're very determined and driven, right? Sometimes can be a little bit too driven, like maybe a little bit kind of in the ego, or stubborn, or only following down the one path and not open-minded to anything else, right? But that's the person that the King of Wands is. So it's either you or someone that you're dealing with that's gotten you to this point where you're like, okay, now I need to look at the situation logically. So Five of Swords is, there could have been, or there could be coming up, some sort of like clashing of your ego with someone else's ego, or maybe a few other people's ego. But it is also about like there's a clear winner and a clear loser in the situation. So there either needs to be like an agree to disagree moment, or a compromise or something like that, or basically one of you or both of you will get hurt in the situation. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles is a new stable offer coming your way. It's the potential for, you know, a huge, abundant, wealthy, prosperous time, but it's the start of it. So you will need to put in your time, your energy, your effort, possibly your finances into the situation to build it into something like the Ten of Pentacles. Ace of Cups is in your 3D world next week. So you could be getting some sort of offer towards you that's either very close to your heart, or it's like someone offering you their heart in some way, their cup, their emotions. Maybe someone's telling you how they feel and like offering you a new start in something. If you're already connected romantically to someone, it could be like a renewed love for you with your person, where it will feel like the beginning again. Otherwise, it's a new person altogether. or it could be someone from the past coming back. I don't see anything of that sort right now, but it could be any of those things. We'll get some clarifiers. Eight of Wands is in your emotions as well as your connections and your relationships. The Eight of Wands is about someone who, sorry, not someone, this is about a situation where like things are moving very quickly, like things are gaining momentum. You could be like texting someone back and forward or communicating with them back and forward, maybe even seeing them in person with the Eight of Wands, possibly going on holiday together. But it is also about like being like on the same page, whereas like you both are aligned in which direction you want this to go. So that's a very good sign if you are you know, starting out a relationship, or even in any form of the relationship, in any stage of the relationship. It's a very good sign with the Eight of Wands. But things could be moving very quickly. Page of Pentacles is in your thoughts. So in your thoughts, you could be feeling very grounded next week. You are feeling like you're in a good place, but you're feeling maybe like you could be walking around in nature to kind of calm your mind. Or it's just about you're thinking about the little things that you need to do, that you're willing to do, to put an effort towards something to help it grow. And then we have the High Priestess, and the High Priestess is in your goals and your desires and that type of thing. High Priestess is about that the answers that you need, that you think are around you, are actually within you. And the only way to kind of figure that out is to really ground yourself and to maybe meditate, spend some time alone, whatever it is, to feel what your intuition is telling you or what your gut is telling you. And that's not your fear or your wishful thinking or anything like that. The only way to kind of get rid of that side of things is to really kind of ground yourself and meditate and get into a state of like peace and calmness, and then kind of take a deep breath and figure out what is your intuition telling you. So let's get some clarifiers. There could also be some silence as well with the High Priestess. Possibly silence between you and another person. Let's see. What's the Emperor? Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like there is maybe an offer that's coming your way of stability that is going to be some sort of wish fulfillment. But the way you need to look at this is from a logical standpoint. Like you need to see, okay, what is being offered is the truth type of thing. And like there's no kind of ifs and buts and what about and what are they hiding, or like it's kind of just like this offer that's coming to you could also help you level up in some way, but it will be wish fulfillment for you personally. What is the Ace of Cups? So we got the Star. So I do feel like this could be someone coming in to try and heal a situation with you. Maybe you and your partner have been in an argument lately, with that Five of Swords energy. So it could be that like they're coming in to kind of like renew their love with you, heal the situation. The Star is also someone who, that like there's a very spiritual connection here, but it's also about staying optimistic and positive about whatever this offer is that's coming to you. We have the Queen of Wands, so you might need to be the one embodying the Queen of Wands, because Leo, again, this is fire energy, so this mainly Aries, but also Leo and Sag. So Queen of Wands is someone as well who knows what she wants, but is also a very positive person, someone who is self-motivated, very self-confident, doesn't kind of look for her own worth in other people, like she knows her own worth type of thing. So it might be that you need to embody this Queen of Wands and be that self-confident, optimistic, positive person. What's the Ace of Wands? Sorry, Eight of Wands. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Hanged Man. Okay, so the Nine of Pentacles upright would be someone who is probably single. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, maybe there's like conversations between you and someone else where maybe you won't be single for much longer. But it is also about maybe a bit of codependency that needs to be let go of. Maybe you need to kind of take a break from this. Like, don't rush into anything, and just see things from like an enlightened, fresh perspective before you go ahead and do that. That's not to say that this isn't a good thing that's happening or anything like that. It's just saying that there is a need to look at something differently. And with the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, it could be someone who has felt like they've put in a lot of work but hasn't gotten the rewards of that hard work, and still has to continue to work hard. So maybe if this is something that you feel like you're working hard to keep up with this communication or with this pace, maybe you need to take a break or kind of slow it down in some way. So what's the Page of Pentacles? King of Pentacles in the reverse. So I feel like you don't see yourself as someone who's quite like abundant and stable and that type of thing right now. So I feel like your thoughts are on putting in the small bits of work so that you can become the King of Pentacles one day, but you know that you're not there yet. There's basically a long journey that's going to get you to this place of stability, but maybe there's even healing that's required. Maybe you also are trying to kind of like become a healer in some way, and the small bits of work is what needs to happen, but you're worried about like the financial side of this part, or of this journey or something like that. But the Hermit is also again just about like spending time alone, maybe grounding yourself, walking in nature, that type of thing, and not kind of giving to other people just right now, because we did see the new moon in Aquarius, so that was also very much about like maybe you just need to be a little bit independent right now. So what's the High Priestess? Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands is about planning for the future and also waiting for your ships to come in. It is also about needing to be patient. So I do feel like the answers that you're seeking are within you, and you need to be patient with yourself. You need to maybe kind of ground yourself again in some way, because you see how he's holding on to the one wand. It's like it's stability. But then like plan for the future once you know the answers. This is what this Judgment card is that's here, which is the Scorpio energy that's also underneath the deck. I feel like when you kind of get into your own intuition and you be patient with yourself and take things slowly, that's when you will have this kind of wake-up call, realize what the purpose is, or what you need to do, basically. What's the Ace of Pentacles is the outcome? Two of Cups. I feel like it's a romantic offer that's coming, that's maybe like someone's offering you something a bit more stable, that's saying that they want like an equal partnership with you. They feel the same way that you do, and they want to take this to like they want to show you that they want to be equals with you in some way. Seven of Cups, it's going to cause you a bit of confusion, and you're going to feel indecisive about this offer that comes your way. Maybe you feel like they aren't going to be fully focused just on you. Maybe you feel like maybe this person has made you feel like an option before, or maybe you're just confused because you weren't expecting this in some way. Either way, there's a bit of confusion there, but it looks like it is a stable offer, basically. Genuine offer. Maybe that's that situation where it's saying the thinker, like where it was like, no need to look further than what this is, like it is what it is, there's nothing more to it. So if they're offering you stability, that's pretty much what they want. So let's see. For Leo, okay, so we have influences, attachments, third parties, and peers. So there could be people getting involved here. Maybe that's the Five of Swords speaking into your person's ear. But there also needs to be all people speaking into your ear. And here's the boundaries. Look, set healthy boundaries. No, drawing the line and enough. And in the Armadillo Spirit, it did say like you can use no as a full sentence. So you do need to set some sort of boundaries here, possibly with like people who are kind of like getting involved in your relationship. What else? Okay, there's 3 cards that have come out here. So twin flames is one of them. Mirroring, shared feelings, and reflection. And then we have chasing, pursuit, toxicity, and resilience. So it could have been that beforehand you were chasing, or maybe they're chasing now because you're setting the boundaries in some way. And then we also have obscurity, secrets, mysteries, and concealing. So maybe you feel like something's hidden, and I don't feel like there is something hidden, because at the bottom of the deck, I'll tell you what's at the bottom of the deck in a minute because it's quite exciting, but because of this, it's like saying like there's nothing hidden there, like it is what it is type of thing. Like you can see what the situation is, what they're saying is the truth. And then at the bottom of the deck we have commitment, marriage, promises, and fidelity. So it feels like maybe that this is a twin flame that you've been dealing with, that maybe was previously running, but now because you're setting the boundaries in some way, they're basically now chasing. And kind of coming back wanting to offer you some sort of commitment in some way. And it could have just been like an argument. It doesn't have to be that you guys like ended things beforehand. It likely could be that, but it could just be like, you know, you've gotten into this place where you're kind of like trying to be independent by yourself and stuff like that. Just watch the codependency, because I feel like maybe you've worked very hard on becoming independent, and just don't let anything come back in that's going to make you feel like, okay, you can't stand on your own 2 feet alone, because you can always do that, Leo. Okay, what else for Leo? What does Leo need to know for next week? Give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. Very straightforward. What else? We have separation, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So give your relationship a chance, but take some space, basically. Okay, and what else? We have chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Bottom of the deck, then we have codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic love life, which is what I was saying about that. So maybe you need to kind of separate to heal a little bit more before fully committing to the situation. It's not saying that you're not going to give the relationship a chance or that you shouldn't. It's just that there is a need for some form of separation here. But there's a strong attraction between the two of you. Maybe the codependency is the reason why you guys do need to separate for a little bit to become independent, and then maybe come back together afterwards. So let's see, from your person, this is usually for people in separation, but you take it however it resonates. Like you can change the words slightly to fit like someone that you're currently with. I'm afraid to contact you. So maybe they're just afraid to speak up to you or to say something that bothered them, or it could be if you're in separation like there, then maybe they're scared to kind of come forward and say something. What else for Leo? Okay. I regret lying to you, and we need to let each other go. And then my life is not as together as it seems. So there could be something that they lied about, maybe in the past, maybe now, but maybe it's causing them some stress here. And maybe that's why they're coming up and offering some sort of stability. But then we need to let each other go. It could be about actually letting each other go, like letting go things from the past and past people. Maybe that's the realizations that's coming up here. But it could also be about like you guys need to let go of the stuff from the past in order to move forward in some way. Okay, so that is what I have for you, Leo. I hope it resonated. If it did, please do give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys again next week. Take care.